I used to read a book a week. When I was doing this, I had very, very bad retention. I would read a book and sometimes I would look back at that book and I'd be like, what was that book about? I didn't understand the book. I didn't really remember almost anything about the book. I might have taken away one or two lessons, but those one or two lessons weren't really worth reading the entire book cover to cover. So recently, I've started to really trying to focus more on the retention of the book rather than just trying to finish as many books as I can. So I read about a book a month. But what are some other things you can do to improve your retention on your reading? Trying to get that as high as even 90% retention, meaning that if you were to read 100 pages, you would remember 90 rather than remembering maybe 10 of those pages. The first thing is you should be highlighting. When you're highlighting and you're purposely selecting parts of the text that are the most impactful, the most important, and like for example, maybe every page there's one line that is the most important line on that page, just highlight it. Even if you don't go back to these highlights, which I would recommend, even just the act of highlighting it kind of makes it more resonate. And when you highlight, you kind of better remember exactly what that page was about. And when you do this on every page, you definitely understand the entire book a lot better. The next thing is you should be annotating. Annotating is very similar to highlighting, and you can even do with a highlighter, but what it would be is maybe highlighting a line and then putting a sticky note on that page and then just writing it a little note about what that's about in your own words. I don't know, for example, if there's a line about the importance of meditation or something, you can just write meditation equals good or something like that. And then just doing this on a ton of pages for a ton of highlights, it really helps understand and comprehend what the book is actually about. The next thing is you should be taking notes on the book. So just go further than annotating. Read a page, think about what the page was about, and then go to a notebook, go to a Google Doc, and then just write a couple sentences of what that was about. For example, if you're reading a book I don't know, How to Win Friends and Influence People, maybe write smile, shake hands, say their name, just write these little notes. And when you write this down, not only can you look back at them so you can actually implement it into your own life, but you can remember exactly what the book was about better. The next thing is that you should review over what you read. For example, you read a page and that page has something on it that's important, but when you just read that page, go to the next 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 page, you're not really remembering what each page is about. So instead, read a page just for maybe 30 seconds, just think, okay, so that page was about this, that page mentioned this, I like the metaphor it used there, that's interesting, oh, there's a new vocab word I should put in my vocabulary, and then just do this for every single page. And when you do this, not only do you have way better comprehension in the book, but you can develop your vocabulary like I kind of mentioned, and you can implement it into your life better, because when you're thinking about it, you kind of self-consciously might start putting that in your own life. Next thing is try to read in an ideal environment. When I was reading a book a week, I would read in places that were loud, that it was hard to focus at, and even with AirPods or something in where it was kind of cutting out some of the music, I still wasn't really focusing all that well. So try to read in an ideal environment and enjoy when you're reading. Maybe read right before you go to bed, have some tea, wrap up in your blankets, and make it kind of something that's you're looking forward to it for the entire day. Oh man, I'm really excited to go to bed because I can read 20 pages before I go to bed and I can get all super cozy and whatever, right? But because when you do that, you look forward to reading, and when you're excited to read, you're going to want to be able to, you can focus better on the reading, and when you focus better, you have better retention. But as always, strive for greatness.